Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Batman.
For those of you that are unaware and are just listening to our episode, Garrett, why don't you go ahead and explain what you're...
I'm
happening?
dressed as Batman right now.
Thank you.
If you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail, today's movie, The Batman.
Lego Harry Potter.
And needless to say, we are excited to do this episode. One of the most anticipated movies of the year. We are just so happy to be here today. No, I'm not going to wear this mask the whole time because I can zoom in on my eyes. Yep, that's the button. Yep, that's the one.
Oh, my bad.
I can barely see anything out of this. It's so bad.
My bad. I forgot I had to, switch to zoom into you. Oh, my God. Batman's actually Bruce Wayne?
In reality, I just really needed my...
Yeah, I immediately put on my... the mask, and I was like, I can't see fucking anything.
No, I get it.
So I'm gonna...
I couldn't really see a whole lot out of that thing either.
That's why we need LASIK. And then we're good.
I'm doing that.
Perfectly
My
fine.
mom did that. Guess what? She still wears glasses.
You know what? Let's do an episode where we get eye surgery
We just get LASIK eye surgery.
and review movies
We
at the
just
same time.
We just review the in and outs of LASIK eye surgery.
What we should do is just review, what's that movie? I think it's called, The Repo Man, where they take people's
Repo
organs.
Man, yeah.
Not the opera one.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
That's the movie we should do as we're getting our eyeballs taken out to be technologically advanced.
Maybe.
So, Garrett, today's a good day.
Today is a very good day, dude. I'm so excited to do this episode. We watched this. When did we see this?
So,
where'd you get that?
Riddle me this, fuckface. Oh, this is
Where
mine.
did you get that, though?
Party City, bro.
When?
Yesterday.
What? That's so badass. I'm so happy I brought the Batman costume.
So I knew what you were going to do almost immediately. And we haven't done a segment in a while, Garrett.
We have not done a segment in a while.
So I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
But I can't say riddle me Batman. I want to say riddle me fuckface. Riddle me this fuckface.
Call me whatever you want. I don't care. For those of you that are just listening and would like to see us, be sure to go to our YouTube page, Beard and a Half Movie Reviews with an S, so you can see this lovely episode and see us and me in my Batman costume. Also, if you can't find it, go to our Instagram page under the same name, hit the link in the bio, and you can find our episodes there.
Garrett, riddle me this.
Yes.
You write on me, but leave no words. What am I?
You write on me, but leave no words. What am I?
Yeah.
But I don't know. You have these pulled up on your phone, don't you? Is this no? You just have this memorized?
Yeah, this one. The other ones.
You write on me, but leave no words. What am I?
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like a dry erase board, but that doesn't make any sense because words behind if you wrote on it. I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. What is it? It's a desk.
Check under your desk.
Oh. What is this? I'm so excited. I can't get it though with my gloves. These things are so slippery. Hold on. I knew I was going to have to take these off anyways because I can't scroll on my computer. Hold on. Dude, you really taped this.
It's just duct tape. That's all it is.
So excited.
It doesn't start off.
Oh, I'm ready.
No spoilers.
I'm ready for this. I feel just like the Batman. What the fuck? Why is this that one kid? Made by What Do You Meme?
I was trying to find the perfect card, but
That looks like me. Let's play a game today, Garrett. Hope you get lucky today. I hope I get lucky every day, dude.
Get it? Because it's Bad Luck Brian?
Oh, that makes more sense. That's funny.
Brings me.
Oh, you have like a whole thing orchestrated here. I love this, by the way.
Which
this is
brings
the
me.
funnest episode we've ever done.
You know, it's actually
and
really
we're
funny.
Like 5 seconds in.
Because, like, I had handwritten, like, riddles, sorry. And there's supposed to be a question mark for you to see. Also, these were supposed to be way bigger, but they turned out, like,
okay.
super fucking small.
You just read them.
So, I have 10 riddles for you, Garrett. 10.
I'm excited.
You need 70% to save Gotham.
Okay.
So, 7 out of the 10 riddles you have to get correct, okay?
I'm ready.
Dude, I can't see because the fucking light is blinding me. First riddle.
Light. Okay.
The more of me there is, the less you see. What am I?
I mean, that goes for a lot of things. I would say fog, maybe? A lot of fog you can't see. I'm not necessarily wrong. The more of me there is, the less you see.
Think a little bit broader than fog.
You dead on.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay,
but
a little bit broader than fog. The more of me you see, or the more of me there is, the less you see. It's gonna be something silly.
It's not
silly, I know, but it's gonna be like I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. My answer was fog. Necessarily, it's kind of right. That was an awesome throw, by the way.
The answer was darkness.
Darkness. Fuck, that makes total sense. Damn it.
Okay.
But tell me I wasn't wrong with fog.
I mean, fog is, but like,
just saying, if there's a lot of fog, you can't see. But,
I asked like 7 different people these riddles,
Batman
and like
related. I'm ready now.
Most of them are Batman related.
Okay.
Feed me, and I live, but give me a drink, and I die. What am I?
Alcoholism.
Well, no.
No, I'm well aware. Feed me. And how many questions do you have, by the way?
10.
10. So I am allowed to get 3 wrong.
You were allowed to get 3 wrong. And on the first one,
feed
me,
and I live,
but give me a drink, and I die.
So it's something electronic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming. No?
No, I'm going to steer you out of the direction of electronics.
That'd be like an ATM machine or something. You feed it money, it's all good, but then you pour a drink on it and it explodes.
Would you like...
Not necessarily explodes. Hold on. It's not electronic.
What happens when something explodes?
Ceases to exist. I don't know. It explodes.
Yeah, but does it just, like, electrically explode?
I have to think, man, you caught me off guard with this this whole thing here.
I figured you would enjoy it.
I'm enjoying it, but man, did I not have any prep time.
There's no prep time for the Riddler.
Feed me and I live. Give me a drink and what is it? I die or some crap.
Yep.
Is the answer helicopter?
Why would... Are you going to feed a helicopter? World's greatest detective here.
Do I have the option to call Alfred?
You know what?
I don't have an answer, unfortunately.
You know what? Yeah, sure. You can.
I don't have an Alfred as much as I wish I did.
Find some old person to call. Hey, I'm doing a podcast. I have a riddle for you.
I don't.
Would you like a hint?
Okay, yes, I would like a hint.
You want a really big hint?
Yeah, I want a hint.
You are horrible at this when we go camping.
It's a fire.
That is correct.
It's a fire. Damn. Okay. I got that right.
You got that right.
We're counting that.
What is always on its way? Oh, I'm sorry. What is always on its way here, but never arrives?
Always on its way here, but never arrives?
Yeah.
Happiness.
When I fact checked these with Richie to make sure like these weren't like the world's most difficult riddles, he got that. Yeah, that's what he said. That is not the correct answer. You know, for some people,
I know it's not the correct answer, but I'm just
for some people that is the correct answer, but that's not the one I'm looking for.
Okay. Say it again. I'm always on the
What
way,
is
but I never arrive.
always on its way here, but never arrives?
Always on its way here, but never arrives. Um. mm,
This is going to be the episode of the podcast. Nothing
Dude,
about
I
the movie.
don't know though. I'm not good with riddles, man. What's always on its way here but never arrives? People, if you know it, leave in the comment section below.
I can give you the reverse answer if you'd like.
Sure, give me the reverse answer.
Yesterday.
Tomorrow. I knew that. The answer's tomorrow. I've heard that one before. Damn it.
You want to know where you heard that, Garrett?
You.
No.
Where was that?
The Adam West Batman series. Whenever the Riddler asks Riddler questions, like half of these are those.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll leave this one for last. That's
You got that one right. I don't care what you say. We're saving Gotham today, bitches.
What must you give before you can keep it?
What must you give before you can keep it?
Yeah.
Kindness.
You're going to keep somebody's kindness?
I don't know.
You're going to keep your own
Trust,
kindness?
Maybe. What must you give?
Let me just say, with the word trust, you are on the right track.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Happiness?
Again with the happiness, no.
Gosh dang it, I'm just such a positive person.
You're just so upbeat to save Gotham.
What must you give in order to keep or whatever?
What must you give before you can keep it?
You can keep it. Love?
No. What?
I'm trying to think. You said I was on the right track with
trust.
With trust.
It's not. I don't know how to phrase it in order for you to better understand it. But if I say I'm going to do something, and I tell you that, I'm going to do it.
Your word? Is that it?
That's it.
Your word?
I have to give you like hard hints, dude.
Dude, I'm not. Yeah, this is
like you know how you get training wheels on a bicycle?
Yeah, no.
I'm the dad pushing you on that.
Thank you. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
All right. Here's one. Thanks, Dad. Go juice. What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you?
What belongs to me, but other people use it more than me?
Yeah. Come on, Gary, you got this one.
Trust. I'm just kidding.
Happiness.
What belongs to me, but other people use it more than me?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude, I suck at this shit. You're pointing at your desk. What is that? My word? There's no way that's right. That was the last one.
I was about to say, I'm pointing at something, all right, but I'm not.
Wood.
Nope. Why don't you look at your computer monitor, Garrett? No, the one that we record on. What am I pointing at right now?
Your desk.
Oh, is that what I'm pointing at on? This is
Tyler.
Uh-huh.
Your name. Your name.
That is correct.
Damn it. I got that right.
I mean, with very helpful hints.
Yep. Well, okay. Just.
I figured this was going to be a struggle. That's why I'm helping.
Yeah.
Because like I said, some of these super easy. Some of them not so much. I'm going to save like the worst ones.
Okay.
I'm going to save the worst ones for last.
Hit me with it.
You know what? I'll give you an easy one.
Hopefully.
I hope it's easy for you. What is cruel, poetic, and blind? What am I?
Justice. Yeah. I'm justice.
Okay.
Okay.
You got 3 left. You need to get 2 of these. You need to get 2 of these right.
Technically, okay? I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. I
gotta get 2 of them
right. You're right. I gotta get 2 right.
Technically, you've lost, and Gotham is. You know what? I'll save that one for the very last one.
Okay.
What is it What is it that given one, you will have either two or none?
What is it that given one you will have either two or none? I don't know. Damn it.
I love it because like riddles are the death of you.
Suck at this.
Death of you.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I've never been good at them, man. I'm better at puzzles. I'm good at puzzles. I can solve a Rubik's Cube.
That'll be the next one. I'll take off all the stickers so you have to solve it.
I'll just fucking touch it and it's done. Read it to me again.
What is it that given one, you'll have either two or one?
Use it in a sentence. No, I'm just kidding.
Garrett, can you hand me? Garrett, can you hand me 2 pens?
If I give you 2 pens, then I'll have none.
No, if you offer me 2 pens. That's not the answer.
Oh, wait. No, I've heard this before. Hold on.
Yep, this is one of those.
I hate to do this, but you're going to have to say it again. I forgot. I have a very short attention span.
What is it that
The listeners are probably like, God, he's so fucking stupid.
There's probably this one guy that's just like, he heard it once. He's like, that's fucking easy. I got it.
Yeah, not me.
What is it that given one, you'll have either two or none?
Given one, you'll have either two or none. God, dude, I don't know. I want to say I've heard something like this before, and you brought up the pen analogy, and I remember it was something that had to do with that, but I can't fucking remember what the answer is.
If I decided between 2 pens, what am I doing?
A choice? The answer is a choice?
The answer is a choice.
Damn, the answer is a choice.
And a chore for you.
It is chore for me.
All right. This one I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to read multiple times.
Okay.
If you have me, you will want me. Oh, I'm sorry. If you have me, you will want to share me. If you share me, you will no longer have me. What am I?
Money? I mean,
it's a good answer.
Sorry, I'm a good person. If I had a bunch of money, I'd share it.
If
you
have money, you will want to share it. But if you share it, you will no longer have it. I mean, that makes sense. But
that makes sense. Yeah.
Who's gonna give away their money?
Not all of it, but I mean.
All
right. The kind of the whole basis of charities and how they're kind of.
Stop trying to look good for the camera.
I'm not trying to look good. If you have me, you don't want me. Is that what you said?
If you have me, you will want to share me. And if you share me, you will no longer have me. What am I?
The answer is not happiness this time. I'm 100% certain on that.
Can't share happiness with people.
You
can.
I want to share me. Really, honestly, it kind of just goes for anything you own in twos. To share something with somebody. Fucking damn it. If you'll have me, you'll share me.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
The All-American Rejects sang this song. Okay, you know what? Here, I'll do you one better.
I don't fucking know.
You don't know the lyrics?
I mean, I listen to some of their songs, but I don't know all of them by name.
All right, what's the most popular All-American Rejects song you know?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know the title of half of them. I don't want to sing it for copyright issues.
Just like talk the words out.
Just give me another fucking hint.
Dude, I don't.
That's the only one you got?
I can't.
All right, I'm just going to get this one wrong. Just tell me the answer. I can still save Gotham. I got one left after this. Come on.
The answer is A Secret. Dirty Little Secret by All American Rejects.
You're right. It is a secret. All right. Shit.
I
Hit me with
saved
the next. Hit me with the one and last one. The one last one, yeah.
This one was
a doozy.
This one's a doozy.
Hit me with it. I'm ready.
What is it you have to answer, but to answer you have to ask, and to ask you have to speak, and to speak you must know?
What in the fuck does that even mean?
Well, it means
what is okay, one more time.
What is it you have to what is it you have to answer, but to answer you have to ask, and to ask you have to speak, and to speak you have to know? What am I?
I want to say the answer is an answer, but that's not right.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Dude, I fucking Gotham is fudged. What is? Gosh, dude.
One more time for you. One more time.
You couldn't have gone through and picked like way easier ones.
Dude, the kids' ones were way easier. It was like,
God.
What gets wetter as it dries?
Can sponge? I don't know.
It's a towel. What the
Towel.
hell? I mean, technically, but
No, not really.
Not the.
Give me a hint, please, because that's like a really long one and it goes into a lot. You can't give me like just a tiny bit of a hint. What does it start with? Something.
I can't tell you what it starts with because you'll know as soon as you.
The first letter?
Yeah, as soon as first letter,
okay.
You'll be like, "Duh, I'm stupid."
Okay.
What is it you have to answer, but to answer you have to ask? Okay. What are we doing right now? We're doing the first line. What is it you have to answer?
It's a question. Is the answer a question? No?
Is that your final answer?
Is that close?
It's it's on the same warpath as a question, but it's not a question.
You keep telling me that every time I answer something, and I can't think of another word that goes with that. Okay, what is it you have to answer?
But to answer, you have to ask.
I have to ask. Okay. In order to.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense then.
And to ask, you have to speak. And to speak, you have to know.
No.
It's almost like you're trying to figure out the answer to a question.
A solution? It doesn't make any sense. Enigma.
Yeah, with that right there,
Question.
That is the closest answer I've gotten from you.
Enigma?
Enigma.
Dude, that's another word for like a question. Dude, I don't know. That's what, like, my answer is a question, because I feel like you'd have to know the answer to a question in order to ask it. You'd have to speak it. In order to know it, you would have had to have asked or given the, man. Enigma. Oh, is it a, what's another word for enigma? Not really a question. Is it like a question that has no answer? Like something like that?
No, because the question has an answer.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Damn it. I already forgot what the question was.
You want me to read it to you
No, I got enough of it to know.
Are you sure? I can read the riddle to you again.
I have to ask to know. I have to know to speak. I have to speak to ask or some shit. Damn it, dude. Enigma's the closest I've gotten. What's something else that goes with enigma? Like I said, a question, a solution, an answer. None of these are right.
They're close.
I know they're close, but I need to know the answer.
And to know the answer, you must speak. And to speak, you must know.
And that's what I'm doing, but I don't know. Investigate. I don't.
Final answer?
Solve. I don't know.
So you think what it is you have to answer, but to answer, you have to ask. And to ask, you have to speak. And to speak, you have to know. You think the answer is solve.
No.
Think it out.
You're acting like this is so easy for me.
Yeah.
Ask, speak, no. What was the other one?
That's it. Yeah. What you have to answer, what it is you have to answer, but to answer, you have to ask. And to ask, you have to speak. And to speak, you have to know. It's a very puzzling riddle.
It is a very puzzling riddle.
Oh.
All of these have been puzzling for me, except for the blind justice one. That was the easiest one.
Well, yeah, I gave you an easy one.
Well then.
How's Gotham looking?
It's not looking good for Gotham, man. I need Commissioner Gordon up in here. I need my Robin. I need to phone Lucius Fox or,
Lucius
Oracle. We gotta talk to some people, dude. Fudge, brownies. Answer, ask, speak, no. I don't know, dude. I don't have an answer. Like I said, to me, it's
Let's branch off of what was the closest. No.
Enigma. You said Enigma was the closest I got.
Nothing.
Correct?
Nothing. Nothing. Batman.
Okay. I'm thinking Batman. Edward Nigma is the Riddler. What that thing?
What it is you have to answer, but to answer, you have to ask. And to ask, you have to speak. And to speak, you have to know. What am I? Final hint. Take off the R.
There's no R in Enigma. I don't know.
That's the last hint.
I know, but you said take off the R to what? That doesn't make any sense.
I can't help you out any further.
There's
than
no
that.
R in the word Enigma, which is the closest I've been.
Okay.
There's no
Enigma. Thinking Batman.
Enigma thinking what?
Use Enigma.
Okay.
Think Batman. What do you got?
Batman. Use Enigma thinking Batman. I don't.
You don't have anything for Enigma?
It's
Batman
like
related?
a question. It's a riddle, an enigma. It's a riddle.
That's the answer.
That's the answer. A riddle.
A
Didn't
riddle.
I say that?
No. I was literally
the answer
pointing
riddle
out.
You have to ask. To speak, you have to know.
And to know, you must ask. The answer is a riddle.
Save Gotham.
I mean...
We saved Gotham.
I mean, barely.
We saved Gotham. That's all that matters.
All
I'm
right.
gonna take off my mask. Let me see that though. I want to see that.
It is not a good. It's plastic. I had to glue it together.
It's actually got some weight to it though.
I had to glue it together because it just
Right here.
Yeah, and there's another spot. It'll just pop right off. Yeah, it's not bad. It's cool.
Still fancy though.
I was actually what I was gonna
dig
do
it.
was I was gonna grab a green morph suit and just tape a whole bunch of question marks to it. Unfortunately, Party City, All Out, not a sponsor, All Out of green morph suits because of Mardi Gras or St. Patrick's Day.
Bitches.
I was so upset because that was the plan. I was literally, you were going to be all dressed up, and I have this, like...
Old school, like Adam West, fucking...
Exactly.
That would have been cool, actually.
I'd have been like Jim Carrey, dye my hair orange just for the joke.
Yeah. I mean, he has red hair.
Oh, well, I don't. Every time I see it, it's like red.
Yeah, that's why I said red. Anyways.
Did I say orange?
I said orange.
My bad.
Anyways.
I meant red.
Anyways, okay.
Gotham is saved.
We've saved Gotham. Can we talk about this episode already?
I don't know, man. That was pretty... Was that 20 minutes of you solving riddles?
Dude, sorry, I'm an idiot. I didn't get into podcasting because I was smart.
That seems like an insult to everybody else that does podcasts.
No, I mean, there's some people that podcast that are smart. We just lost the light.
I'm turning it back on.
I'm smart enough to know that. But that's not our podcast. We're not here to be smarty pantses.
I feel like that's exactly why we're here.
He just turned off another light. Killing it.
Hey, I'm just making sure.
It's okay.
Riddle me this, Batman. Oh, God.
That was kind of cool.
Did You just hear the ominous
I
music.
do hear the ominous music.
The good thing, our
Microphones are so good they don't pick that shit up.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I was streaming one day. I could just hear
Just whatever that is up there. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna get into who made this movie really quick.
just bounce through
Cool.
that cast.
We're just bouncing. First of all, once again, today we did the Batman. So excited. Going
Batman.
back to that. So excited to talk about this movie. Came out this year, 2022. It came out on
March 4th.
March 4th. We saw it on what, the 5th?
We did see it on the 5th.
See it on the 5th. We went to 2 separate theaters.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. It has a PG-13 rating, believe it or
Shocking.
not. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 56 minutes. This movie was directed by Matt Reeves. Did an awesome job. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Here's what pisses me off. When you go through the writers of the movie, it says Matt Reeves, Peter Craig, and then it says Bill Finger, and then it says Batman created by. Hey, bitches. It was Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Get it right, IMDb. Anyways, we're going to go through the cast list really quick. It's got a big one. Robert Pattinson as our Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman. Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle, Catwoman. Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant James Gordon.
He did such a great job.
So he's Lieutenant. He's not Commissioner yet. He's Lieutenant James
I already
Gordon.
figured that out because there was a commissioner already.
The high voice.
Yeah.
Listen to me, Batman. Hey, Batman. Colin Farrell, which on IMDb they just have him credited as Oz. So Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. Did awesome as well. Paul Dano, we're going to go with that, is the Riddler. He went by a few different names. I always remember him as Edward Nygma. But John Turturro as Carmine. They pronounced it Falcone. I always say Falcone. Guess I'm just different.
I do it either way sometimes. If someone has a conversation with me and they're like, oh, Carmine Falcone.
Yeah.
That's I'll do the back
so
and
you
forth.
do that, and I think they pronounced the Maroney guy as Marone, and I always pronounce that Maroney. But anyways, Andy Serkis is Alfred.
Great job.
Peter Sarsgaard as District Attorney Gil Colson. There we go. We have Barry Kogan. I'm going to pronounce that Barry Kogan as an unseen Arkham prisoner. We're going to get into that later, who exactly that was.
You know how I got
as far as
these
like the
scars.
big cast, Jamie
Oh, no, you're good.
Lawson as Bella Real. That's really all I'm
No,
going to go through.
You're good. We've gone too far.
We've
into the
hit
list.
all of them.
You should have hit like the 4 people you'll actually see in this movie, and that's it.
I mean, you see peeps, but anyways,
You know what I mean, though.
Tyler, take this one away.
New year, new me.
You got this.
No notes because I went to a movie theater. Didn't think to write them down afterwards, and then Garrett's like, "We're doing this next week for our podcast," and I was like,
Hell yeah.
"Fuck, good idea. Should have done it that night, audio only, but
Okay.
it's okay. I
didn't
got a
wanna do
Riddler
audio
cane.
only. We wanted to do the whole setup.
I got a Riddler cane. He got his Batman suit. I did riddles for him. He technically saved Gotham.
I saved
Technically.
Gotham.
Anyways, so first of all, I'm just gonna say this. For those of you that want to watch like what we've seen of Batman movies, like the just a lot of fighting and like justice and things like that.
Yeah.
This is not that movie.
This is not that movie.
And people need to understand that this is more of a noir type, not origin story, because there's no my parents got shot in a movie theater or outside of a theater,
Crime Alley, but yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
Anyways.
Not that. This is more of a detective-esque Batman Riddler kind of thing. And it's not like, oh, guess this one riddle, otherwise this place blows up.
Yeah.
It's more of a back and forth with a really deep underlying
Plot
story
that's building, yeah,
and it just continues to build and build and
unravel
build
more and more
and then
things,
you learn
yeah.
even more and you're like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
What can I say? This movie was
amazing story.
Cinematic. Every shot,
every single
gorgeous.
shot. Oh my god, that's what I put down. Like there was not one that wasn't amazing.
There and any time that I thought like, hey, maybe there might be one scene later on that's not great. Nope. Every scene.
Every
Fantastic.
scene.
I wish I had something negative to say about this movie, but you'll find my dislikes don't exist. We'll get into it.
I got one, but
we'll get into it. I also really liked the new take on the Batman suit. I know we talked about it a little bit, but his looks more. It looks like a
realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Does.
It's not like the old school Batman suit, like that's just skin tight and everything like that. Maybe has Kevlar underneath or whatever. This one looks more like something
it looks
he
more like
would have
a
made
combat
himself.
suit.
Yeah, like it's bulletproof, and he's got gadgets, but not like you know what I'm saying. He doesn't just have his bat belt. Like
it's nothing
his
ridiculous.
Hook comes out of his arm and stuff like that. It's very like utilitarian. And it is cool. I love. For me personally, the certain things that I love about it, I love that they added the collar. One of the few Batman or a lot of the Batman suits I do like whenever they have the collar. I just think that's super sick. The one thing I didn't dig about it, I'll just say this, I didn't think his cape was long enough. I wanted it to touch the ground. I like when the capes touch the ground. Not like drag, but you know what I'm saying? Just like there on the ground.
You have just the fray touching.
Just a little bit,
the fray touching
His setup
the ground.
just a little bit too high, but I'm not going to complain about it because it was still awesome.
Me, I like a cape like bottom of the ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
But like bottom of the ankles.
I like, exactly. And then his mask. The actual cowl.
Didn't like that, or did you?
I was not a big fan. I liked everything from the neck down, and the movie did a good job of making it from the neck down. Cool. And that's what, even though I didn't like the cowl and everything, it was mainly the nose that gets me.
The nose is what I liked.
You have such a combat-looking suit, kind of like what you were saying, it's got all this stuff that just, and it's modern, it works and everything, and it's like if you saw Batman nowadays, in reality, it'd probably look a lot like this. But then his mask looked like a piece of leather that he just stitched together and put on for his helmet. And I didn't like that aspect of it, and I didn't like that he had a flat nose. It reminds me of Squidward's house from SpongeBob. I think if they would have just made the nose pointed, I would have liked it a lot more. Even then, I mean, I'm still not going to harp about it because
I feel like that was an aesthetic because Robert Pattinson's nose is just
and you know
so
what?
small.
It looks like, I don't know.
So they just made a small. I mean, his nose is super tiny.
We're
not talking Michael Jackson tiny, but it's
saw
there.
him. If I was in this Gotham and I saw, Bruce Wayne, I'd be like, oh, that's Batman. How do you know? Because their noses look the same and the mask. But no, they did a really good job of kind of hiding the fact that it was a flat nose, because of the way they shot him and the angles and everything like that. That's why I said I didn't like it, but I mean, it still looked awesome. And he is so fucking intimidating in this suit and everything. Even the first time you see him, when it's going through that beginning and he's monologuing, which was awesome. I'll get into that in a minute. But and he's it's not like your normal Batman that's posted up in the darkness, you can't see him, and then he kind of just leans into the light or something like that.
I did want to see that.
Or you just turn around and he's just standing there all of a sudden, like a jump scare kind of thing. His is so much more intimidating in the fact that you have the opening scene of the movie, you have these bad guys that are, about to beat the shit out of this dude and everything. It's this gang. It never really goes into detail on what kind of gang it is or whatever. But they have painted faces and everything like that. But then you hear footsteps, and then the camera cuts to the shot of just this darkness in this train station kind of thing. And then he just is walking out, just no big deal out of the darkness. And to me, that's way more intimidating than just being here I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
it's walking out I don't give a shit who you are. Stop. No, I'm just kidding. But he wouldn't say that. But you know what I'm saying? Just to me personally, that was way more intimidating.
That's why.
I mean, there was a lot of things, but go ahead. Sorry.
The second scene, whenever they're about to jump that Asian man that hops off the train,
yeah.
and you just hear
oh, I guess that was towards the second scene. Yeah, you
not
just
as
see
fast.
him
and then he comes out of the
Just
dark.
walking out. Yeah.
He could care less, and he just fights like 12
so
dudes.
Intimidating, yeah. And one of the things I loved about this Batman too is like so this is his second year being Batman, and
Right.
he talks about it in the opening thing and everything. He's still new. He's still fresh. He's still, finding his legs. He's still trying to figure out how he's going to be this Batman. And like throughout the movie, you see a lot of character development with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, he's kind of like a different Batman and everything. It's sort of kind of in a way. But I love like you're saying, when he gets in fights like with those dudes, he's getting his shit kicked in too.
Yeah.
Like he's not just throwing out punches, he's getting punched too. He's getting kicked and everything else. But I mean, he's still dealing twice as much damage. But I love that we're kind of seeing that like.
So do you think that this version of Batman was like trained by Alfred and that's it? Because I don't think that.
I know exactly, actually, because that's what I was going to talk about. Warner Brothers. I don't know if it was. I don't remember who exactly. Obviously, it's Warner Brothers. But anyways, they came out with a graphic novel. You can buy it online. I think it's like $10 or $20. There's also like an audio tape. I don't think it's a graphic novel. I think it's straight up like a small little book that goes into detail of what happened before this movie and everything. So he got his training from Alfred, yes. This Alfred is kind of what I was getting from the movie too. It's not the butler Alfred we're used to.
No, this is the Pennyworth one.
This is like I mean, they're all Pennyworth. That's
but
his
like
name,
the combat trained more.
Even the Alfred we see is like the
duties to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you think Michael
the ones
Caine?
that's just like, you want some tea. You know what I'm saying? Even that Alfred is still ex-military. Like he was like a Green Beret and everything. But this one specifically, and it says in that book or graphic novel, I didn't read it. I just heard about it and I read online about it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like I think it was like Special Forces or something like that. And he leaned more towards, as far as anybody was aware, he was the butler of the Waynes, but in reality, he was the bodyguard of the Waynes and stuff like that. That's why he even says in the movie he blames himself for the Waynes dying because he couldn't protect them. Not Batman. Alfred said this.
Yeah, no, I know.
So before like Batman realizes, or like Bruce Wayne realized, I want to be Batman and everything like that, he Alfred trains him. I think it said from the age of like 7. Maybe it was 17. No, it definitely wasn't 17. I don't remember, but from a young age, starts training him how to fight and stuff like that.
Right.
Teaching him different styles and everything else. Well, then when Bruce goes to college, he doesn't just go to one college. He goes to many colleges, apparently. This Bruce Wayne does. He starts, I can't remember where he went, if it was in Gotham or whatever. But every semester, he took up a new, like, first it was forensics, then it's, chemistry, then it's, this, and whatever he was majoring in, he would go to the school. Obviously, he has the money and he's smart. He's, excelled in school and everything else. He goes to whatever college had the best program for that.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's literally traveling the world doing this, everywhere he went, apparently, he was learning new styles of martial arts, fighting, boxing, kickboxing, everything. So that's also how he's like so versatile and everything like that, which I thought was cool.
That actually sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it's not like your normal, like, I went to, a monastery in the mountains. And
I was trained by Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Can't remember his name.
Liam Neeson. It's not like that.
No, what's his name though?
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
However you want to say it.
Ra's al Ghul.
The League of...
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I thought there was a hair on here. I just had an itch on my nose. But yeah, this is kind of a different Bruce Wayne and stuff like that.
Not like this.
It even talked about in that how he got his Batmobile and everything. He actually
hand built it.
He did do it himself. From a very young age, like not even able to drive, he started working on this car. I think it was something that he actually found and then bought and then brought back old school, and it just claimed it as an old school muscle car. It didn't say exactly what it was. But originally, before he was Batman, I think he was looking more towards like adrenaline-esque stuff to kind of deal with some of the shit
emotional
going on in his life.
damage.
And believe it or not, he was actually really into street racing. That was his thing before he was this, like I said, this Bruce Wayne, before he was Batman and everything. So he was souping up this car, taking it for joyrides and stuff like that. He'd get pulled over. Cops wouldn't even write him a ticket for going well over the speed limit because they're like, Bruce Wayne, he's just going to pay off the ticket and he's never going to learn a lesson.
Like the cops see this car, they're like, isn't that billionaire Bruce Wayne?
I don't think it was specifically this car. I think it was maybe another car. But I mean, even if so, this version I'm sure is vastly different than what he was driving around.
Yeah, probably.
When he was 17. But yeah. So I guess it pissed him off that he got pulled over and the cops just treated him like, once again, like he's royalty and everything like that, and he just wants to be an everyday average Joe in the eyes of everybody. But regardless, I guess he was doing this, and then while this is transpiring, the Riddler, so he actually delivers food for a living.
Yeah.
Throughout school in order to save enough money for him to go to college and everything like that. And I don't know if it's like DoorDash, but it sounded like it. And I guess in the middle of one of these street races, they almost hit him. He plots a revenge thing. Almost kills somebody that was in the street race. Bruce Wayne saves them. And at that point, I guess he realized he got more of a rush from saving people than, going fast. And yeah, I guess that was kind of his transition of, I'm not going to be a street racer anymore. I'm going to do this. But it kind of explains where he got his car and everything and why he's so like, obviously he built this like raw fucking beast of a Batmobile and everything. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that little book, though, that I read about, and it was actually kind of cool. I may actually listen or buy it or listen to it. I don't know.
I mean, that does sound pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we got heavily sidetracked, but didn't.
It's about the movie.
It's kind of, yeah. Like
this
pre-movie.
It's hot.
I mean,
I think it's the cape.
Take off the cape.
Can't. It's attached.
Here, I'll switch to me. You can just strip naked.
I can't. No,
Go ahead.
I'm not doing that.
Take a peek. Nobody's watching, Garrett.
I only have a shirt on underneath this.
I mean, we can take a brief intermission if you need to go and change, but you're gonna have to put the costume back on for the TikTok.
No, just leave it. It's fine. Let's just do this.
You sure? You can
no,
just like
I can't. It's all or nothing.
You can't just like put it around your waist.
We're gonna pause right here. I've got to take this thing off. Back to the movie at hand.
So the true detective story and the introduction of Catwoman, I like that better than like Tim Burton's way of introducing Catwoman
with Michelle Pfeiffer and everything.
But I just like the fact that Bruce Wayne stalked this woman, found her, and then the thing that I found funny is he was like, oh, there's that Russian girl that was with the senator that looked like she just got fucking punched in the eye.
Yeah.
Wonder what's going to happen here. And then he's like, oh, she's going to change. Let me just watch this real quick. Yes. What's with all these fucking cats?
This is not like our normal Batman yet, anyways.
No,
it's like that billionaire playboy, This is that Batman that
I feel like
he's at the point in his life right now. He's that young Batman that doesn't care about dying, thinks he's unbeatable and everything like that. I don't think he realizes yet in the story, and I think he's going to realize it later, probably in the next movie, or maybe realize it by the end of this movie, that he has to be Bruce Wayne and Batman. He can't just be Batman and just give up on Bruce Wayne.
Which is what it seemed like during this movie, because he had like interviews and things like that.
He was literally like, that doesn't matter. And that's what Alfred was like, it's your family's legacy. And he's like, this is my family's legacy. But
justice.
Yeah. Vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
I'll call him vengeance.
Yeah,
very rarely did you even hear the word Batman.
Did you? The thing that I didn't like in the movie, we'll get into it. Garrett, what did you like about the movie?
Oh, that's all you got? Okay.
Yeah, the cinematics and the storyline.
Yeah, obviously.
Pretty fucking great.
The opening monologue, like I said, whenever, obviously we had the scene with the Riddler first. Go ahead.
Got one more.
Okay.
The Nirvana soundtrack that was playing.
I'm going to get into that too, but yeah. Just the score of this movie, just everything sounded so perfect for Batman and everything. And I know a lot of people are out there and they're probably like, dude, I don't know. I want to see freaking Twilight Robert Pattinson come around as I don't know where he's going. Coming around as Batman, and I don't think he's gonna be a good Batman. I left the door open, that's why. Anyways, dude, he was awesome. He was amazing, and I walked into that theater thinking, this is gonna suck or it's gonna be good. There is no in between. It's gonna suck or be good. And in the first scene,
it's a suck or be sucked kind of world.
First scene of the movie is with the Riddler. We see him and everything, and it's the second scene where we have this take of this Gotham that is very, just like the Gotham we know. It's terrible. It's raw. It's gross. It's ugly. There's corruption.
Are you talking about my ex or Gotham?
And in this scene that's happening, it's all this monologue that Bruce is having with himself and everything. Well, later you realize it's him documenting his nights as Batman, which he does, which I love that. I thought that was cool.
What's cool about this one is like he wears these recording contacts.
Yes.
So he can record everything he sees and then go back and look at it.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that point, that's when he's just like, today wasn't a good day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where my voice was going with that one.
But no, he's at, and he talks about it. He's at the point where like every night seems like it's just blurring together. So he has a hard time figuring out everything. So that's why he's, like I said, he has like a whole filing cabinet full of just every night of what he's doing and stuff like that, and the detective work he's doing and everything. But the whole, like I said, the whole opening monologue where it's showing this Gotham and he's talking and everything. First of all, the voice for Batman nailed it. I was really scared that he was either, gonna do the Christian Bale type Batman, or he just wasn't gonna have one at all. But like he somehow was able to do this like in between. I don't know. I just thought he nailed it. It was
so
awesome.
Like you can do a Batman voice just by deepening your voice, like
just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
for him it was probably
mine would be like the Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. Like,
yeah, I'd probably.
I'm Justice.
Yeah. Fear me, criminals.
Hey, stop right there.
Pretty much, but just the whole, like I said, the whole monologue and him talking, it's like what he's saying is just like exactly like what I would read out of a comic book of like Bruce's thought bubbles,
thick
bobbleheads, thought bubble,
the thought bubbles.
There we go. Of what he's saying to himself. Like, it was just so well done. And then you have this Nirvana song in the background that just ties in so perfectly.
Yeah,
and I heard that he pretty much...
He took inspiration from Kurt Cobain.
Inspiration from Kurt Cobain, which was awesome. Perfect. If you really think about it and everything. Next thing I loved about it, Penguin. Colin Farrell is Penguin. Dude. Didn't even like you.
I thought you were gonna do dude again.
You would not even think that is Colin Farrell. Doesn't look like him.
All right,
doesn't speak like him. Go ahead.
Drawing the line.
What?
So just going off what you said, because I like the back and forth, what we like, and then both of us branching off on it.
What do you got?
But like my favorite thing, I was watching an interview before the movie came out of Colin Farrell talking about the Penguin. I already talked to you about it, but we're doing it for the viewers, not each other. But what I thought was just...
You don't want to do each other?
No. Well. On.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What I thought was funny is, so Colin Farrell was all dressed up in his penguin outfit, and he looks like a fucking fat soprano, like for lack of a better word.
He looks like that one dude. I can't freaking remember his name. It's another actor, but yeah, go ahead.
I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name though, but yeah, I saw like a bunch of memes about it. But
he looked just like I would imagine the actual penguin would look, maybe a little rounder, but that's just me.
Just like a modern.
He looks like a modern day mob boss mixed with just the
not that short,
guy,
stubby, like 3-finger Danny DeVito
with a wobble.
Remember, yeah, that's got a bunch of penguins that he likes. This is like
all I think of is like the Austin Powers scene where it's like introducing Danny DeVito as Mini-Me, and he's like, yeah. But all I can think of is him dressed as the Penguin doing that to Batman. But so Colin Farrell dressed as the Penguin on set was asking, I think it was Robert Pattinson or Zoe Kravitz. I can't remember which one. But he asked him a question, and they just gave him like fucking dagger eyes and walked away and went and talked to the director. And I believe it was Robert Pattinson, because like another interview, Robert Pattinson was like, "Yeah, I had no idea that was him." And I went over to the director, like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And they're like, "That's Colin Farrell." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit."
I would have no idea either.
And then
if they
Colin
wouldn't have
Farrell
told us.
himself went out and went and got coffee in full penguin outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get recognized by a single fucking person. And I bet like that's gotta be real nice for an actor to be able to go out in public just unnoticed. Like I don't remember what movie Daniel Radcliffe was filming, but for like 8 months he wore the same exact outfit. And so anytime paparazzi or somebody
he just did that on purpose.
he did. He did it so
okay.
paparazzi couldn't sell any pictures of him or anything like that to make money. And like after like the third or fourth week, everybody left him alone. Nobody wanted a picture of him.
Yeah.
So, but he continued it for 8 months. So I just hope Colin Farrell does the same and just walks around in the penguin outfit for 8 months, and then we'll be like, "Wait a minute, I know you. Hold on a second." But
Colin Farrell.
I just wanted to jump in with that
I
little
get
bit.
you. And he was awesome. I loved him, and that's why I said they never really referred to him as Penguin. He was just Oz.
Yeah.
That he even introduced himself as. So I still think, and from the way that the movie ended, and we saw him, kind of overlooking this Gotham that's changed in a way, and kind of like
Now that it's filled with water, it's time to chill.
Not really that, but they took down like the main head honcho that's kind of got his hands in everything that has to do with Gotham. So now it's time for like a new, bad guy to step up and really take over and stuff like that and fill his shoes.
That seems like that's how it is with all of the Batmans. It's just like, oh, hey, the Penguin's not really the Penguin yet. There's, the Falcones. And then they take over, like the Penguin has some devious scheme. They end up dead or in jail or whatever. Then the Penguin takes over. And that's like always been in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then you see like
always somebody else.
The rise of the Penguin.
So, yeah, I have a strong feeling he's going to be a big character in the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a few other theories, but we'll get into that. Like you were saying, the shots, amazing. The car. Loved the car. I hated the car at first. When I saw that car in the very first trailer and everything, I was like,
as soon as it came out,
like something out of Fast and the Furious. Dude, it was so intimidating when you see it in the movie. It was so aggressive.
The scene when he goes off the off-ramp? Like
before even that, when he very first, like, there's that big shootout, and he's trying to stop Catwoman, and then all of a sudden Batman vanishes, and the bullets kind of stop, and everybody's kind of like, whoa. And then you see it cuts to this dark corner, and you don't even see the car, man, but you just hear it rev up, or you hear it, crank over, and none of the lights are on or anything. Just the engine gets, like, super red from how, like, hot it's getting and everything. And you just hear, I'm in the IMAX, and I'm sitting in the back of my seat, like, just fucking, whoa! And it scared the living shit out of me, man. Just like the situation. If I would have been Penguin, I would have shit my pants 3 times over from that. And not even just like
that's probably why he ran.
Him just cranking it up and everything. He literally was like, wow, and then hit the brakes like he was jumping at him. You know what I'm saying? In the Batmobile. And then at that point, he gets in the car and the chase is on. And it was from then on, I was like, that is one of the coolest Batmobiles I've ever seen before.
So,
like, it is so aggressive and raw and just badass. And fucking raw, man. It was cool.
So there's the seed. When the semi turns, the Penguin hits the semi, it does a flip, and then all of a sudden there's just like a ramp thing he can jump off of and take it through. Yeah. So the scene where he jumps it through the flames in the Batmobile, all real. None of that was CGI.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
They were like, they had a stunt double in the car, and they were like, you know what, let's just fucking full send it.
Do it.
And they fucking ramped it through the flames. And the tire is on fire during that, and they had to switch out a tire after that.
I love, too, how it was shot, too, because we got this, like, view of, like, this kind of, like, reflection of Penguin.
Yeah.
Like, it's just showing the car behind him and everything like that. But, like, it wasn't even just, like, a shot of we just see him, like, come out in, like, 3 different angles and everything. It's just one angle. You see Penguin in his car. Like, they put the camera on the hood of his car, and you just see it in the background just fucking come out the flames and everything.
It was badass.
And then just bash him, flips, like, 9 times. And then you get that probably the most badass scene to me, like, cinematography-wise, of him getting out of the Batmobile that's parked sideways, fire in the background. He's upside down like a bat, walking towards Penguin. I was like, holy shit, this guy's badass.
It was really nice.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
Now, just real quick, can we talk about the scene after that when they get the Penguin and it's him and Lieutenant Gordon and Batman, and they're all trying to figure out the riddle of who the snitch is.
The El Rata.
El Rata.
Da 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 or whatever.
And they couldn't figure it out, and they're like, it's a penguin, right?
Yeah.
He was like, you guys don't know your Spanish that well.
Yeah.
It could be a falcon or a bird.
Instead of, they were saying that L was feminine, or however it was said was feminine, so instead of L, it would be La.
Yeah.
So, which totally changed it. But that's what I like too, is that this is like a Batman that knows everything. Like him and Gordon are fucking up constantly throughout this movie.
And it's nice.
And it was nice. It was nice to not see this like world's greatest detective yet. Now, obviously, he's a good detective, and he was definitely showcasing his skills throughout the movie and stuff like that. But he's still fucking up. He still doesn't have all the knowledge. He's not a seasoned veteran as Batman and everything like that. Everything's still fresh with these, not just being a hero, but dealing with these villains and everything else. And I loved that they were fucking up left and right, honestly.
No, it was actually really nice to see, they weren't all on the same page constantly.
Yeah.
It's just like Gordon's one way, Batman's the other. They met in the middle and then got lost on the way there, but found it eventually.
Exactly.
So that was always really nice.
Catwoman, I'm not a big fan of Zoe Kravitz. I'll just say that right now.
Super thick.
Let me tell you, started watching the movie. I'm a fan of her as Catwoman, though. I thought she was probably the best Catwoman we've ever gotten. Not that there's really like a whole
you have nothing to go off
of. You got Michelle Pfeiffer, you got freaking Halle Berry, and then you got what's her name that was Catwoman in the Christian Bale movies.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway was okay.
She was okay. Don't get me wrong, but this Catwoman is like your cat burglar Catwoman. Like that's literally how they first meet and everything like that. And,
burgling.
Well, I guess not like how they first meet, but you know what I'm saying.
No, that's exactly how she broke into the safe to get the passport while he was there doing detective work.
Met him at the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah, but
he was there as Batman, which was the awesome scene as well too. He just shows up at the front door, doesn't even sneak in. He's just like, you know who I am. And then just proceeds to walk through this nightclub.
No, because he was like
the shit out of everybody.
Because what was funny is like a dude opens the door. He's like, "Do you know who I am?" And he was like, "Yeah, give me a second." Shuts the door. Another dude looked identical to him. Opens
Twins,
the door.
Yeah.
And then they just start trying to beat the shit out of him.
And it does not work.
And it does not work. And he proceeds to just kick the shit out of everybody in the club.
Everybody in the club that puts their hands on it.
Until he can get to the Penguin.
It was awesome.
And what's also nice is we never get to see I feel like, maybe who directed the Michael Keaton Batman? Or Tim Burton? Tim Burton Batman.
Tim Burton did the Michael Keaton films.
Yes.
Yeah,
so they did the Iceberg Lounge in that one, I believe. That was the first time we actually got to see the Iceberg Lounge rather than it be like just talked about. Am I wrong here?
Well, so if I'm not mistaken, like the Tim Burton, like the ones with Keaton in their Penguin, they did the Iceberg Lounge as like a section of a theme park, I think.
I believe so,
or maybe it was like a zoo or something like that. It's
no,
not really like the.
It was like.
I think it was a theme park. That's where you got like the big duck things he'd ride around and
yeah, because it was like he froze an ice rink or something like that.
Something
it was
weird, but
that was like the first actual club version.
Yeah, I want to say in the Batman and Robin movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze. I want to say that was.
But what I'm saying is, it was
the
nice.
Iceberg Lounge too, which didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
It was nice to see an Iceberg Lounge that was just filled with what appeared to be outstanding people, but they were all like doing drugs.
Well, I just like too how the Iceberg Lounge wasn't this like stereotypical like cold, fucking like everything's ice and everything like that. Like it was like.
It was a club.
It was a club, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then there's what'd she say, like 7 Below or something like that?
7 Below is the name.
Within a club and everything. And
yep.
Yeah, no, I thought like I said, they did a really good job of making this realistic, but not like too realistic. You know what I'm saying?
No, this was pretty realistic
I
for
mean,
me.
it was,
Yeah.
but I mean, it still had its moments where it was kind of like, okay,
I think my
like this
favorite,
movie.
dude, there are so many good parts to this
It
movie.
really
Like,
was.
I have no.
I'm just gonna keep going. The Riddler was like the Zodiac killer, which I mean, they publicly
Cruz.
said like, yeah, they went off of this character, or that's where they got the inspiration for the character and stuff like that. So wasn't that like
The Mormon senator
like
from Utah.
it wasn't
Cruz.
that like what was it?
Riddle me this, fuckface.
Yeah, it's not like that stereotypical like old school Batman that Batman riddle me this. It was like I'm a fucking psychopathic killer of.
This was a modern day Riddler that used social media to his advantage to scare and influence people that followed him, as well as tried to influence others.
Just like the Zodiac killer, like the ciphers that he leaves behind, just like he would do.
Yeah,
he wrote to the newspapers and stuff like that because he wanted to be in the papers.
More modern.
Oh, well, yeah, more of this time now.
Social media, things like that, encrypted files and emails and things like that.
No, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. I liked that it was this type of Riddler. Like, I like how, because obviously we're not going to see a dude nowadays run around tights and a cane and be like, ha ha, Batman. It was
now I want to do nothing more than that.
It was a fucking serial killer, like a legitimate psychopathic fucking dude that's just insane, killing people.
Just Ted Bundy eating people,
and leaving behind ciphers and like riddles, yes, but more or less like just
I mean, I enjoy
trying to bait Batman to do things for him, which he said at the end of the movie, that he couldn't have done it alone. He had to have Batman to do a lot of the things. And
they're
everything.
a team.
Exactly. Like I said, the score throughout the whole movie, the realism with the eye makeup, I thought was super cool. That he takes his mask off and the eye makeup doesn't just vanish. It's all smeared. It's all sweaty. It's like it's still there, and that's what I liked. How like neo-noir this whole movie was. How raw it was. His character and everything about him, and I thought that was cool. I also liked how they lived in the Wayne Tower, not the Wayne Manor, which I guess I like I said, it's in that book too. What had happened was when his dad started that thing for the orphans and everything like that, they gave up Wayne Manor to be the new orphanage. So, like, the Riddler grew up in Wayne Manor, but now it's an orphanage. And that's whenever the Waynes moved to their tower, their penthouse there, and lived there.
I'm pretty sure that building that they were in with the projector and it was showing like
that was not the Wayne Manor.
That was not Wayne Manor?
No, because in the book it talks about how the Riddler hated living there because he'd see every day a picture of the Wayne family, Bruce Wayne, sitting up above the door, and it pissed all of the kids off because they're like, here's this orphan kid, Bruce Wayne, and he's not really dealing with the shit they're dealing with. He's not... Like it talked about in the movie how like when it got too cold, like babies were dying and stuff like that. Kids were
you can't talk about that stuff.
Okay,
very
you
sensitive.
Know what I'm saying.
You don't like babies dying.
That's not what I'm saying. But regardless,
you actually just said that.
No, I know, but you know what I'm saying. But regardless,
babies dying,
and then every day they hear about this kid who's an orphan but has everything he'd ever want. Like you have these kids that have no parents that are living in his house. Like wow, he really never had it hard. He has fucking everything. And I guess when the Riddler, I don't know if he was in high school or what time, but he went back to the Wayne Manor and burnt it down.
Yeah.
And then the Batcave that we saw, which was underground and everything like that, that was a private railway that went from the Wayne Manor to the Wayne Tower. So his parents and everybody were able to get to work without dealing with traffic and everything. That's why not a lot of people know about it, I guess, and everything. So I also thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'd like the whole tower thing, though. I thought that was sick.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say? I mean, I think that's really it as far as like, yeah. Okay, that's what I like. Tyler, what'd you dislike about this movie? I feel like we went into a lot already, but
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, Garrett.
Wow. Okay.
So, not a lot, actually, believe it or not. This was quite an outstanding movie. It was brought to my attention, and the more I pondered on it, the more I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. There's a couple of scenes that seem to have dragged on a little bit for me,
Okay.
but not super long. Um, More or less for me. And I understand the premise of it. This is just an opinion, not
Yeah.
like anything like that.
I can already tell I'm about to be mad with what you're about to say. but go
No,
ahead.
I don't think you will
Okay,
because
go
it
ahead.
wasn't actually, so everything flooded at the end because Batman couldn't figure out the Riddler's last riddle, really.
Major plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Riddler basically had 5 different vans with explosives rigged in them all around the water gates or the floodgates of Gotham.
Yeah.
And there's a giant map underneath the Riddler's rug because they arrested him. They searched his apartment after he shot Falcone. Spoilers. And there were all these blinking lights that showed where the vans were. As soon as they found that, boom, almost instantly
Yeah.
after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything started flooding. Why would they be below the floodgate level as a city? Why wouldn't they have canals or anything like that to go back to the water?
All of the rain that they were having, it was on the news that apparently they were in the process of working on all that stuff. It was delayed, which I'm pretty sure is setting up like the fact that like Riddler probably had something to do with that. But there was subtle hints throughout the whole movie that talked about like this is what was going to happen.
But I'm not paying attention to that.
No, I get you.
The other thing that I wanted to mention is if you've ever watched any Batman movie or TV show or read any comics, I believe there's only 2 bridges out of Gotham, right?
No, there's multiple.
But like the 2 main ways to get out of Gotham over like
just
the river.
Depends what adaptation you're reading. I mean, there's that's kind of why I read too that they like the setting of this Batman. I can't remember what they said about it. They kept a lot of like national landmarks and stuff like that out of the picture because they don't want you to think this is any specific place. Like this isn't like, and even on the driver's license, it just says, like on the Riddlers, I think it said Gotham City, but then it didn't have a state. Because they want it to be like its own, it's just Gotham City, we don't know where that is.
Yeah.
But, anyways, like I said, I feel like in different adaptations, there's more than one way out of the city, but regardless.
I just feel like it seemed like below sea level and the only safe place is this giant auditorium because it's like hurricane proof or, the amphitheater, like the Super Bowl or
I don't think it was.
A lot of those places are.
The reason he went there is because of obviously the Riddlers.
Yeah. He was going to go and
save everybody, but also so many people were already there because they were having the mayoral debate and everything like that, where they were, showing the new face of their city and everything like that. So I think he just went there because that's where the massive people were. I don't think that was like the refugee spot or anything.
Well,
like
that's
that.
where if the water was going to rise, that was the place where you're supposed to go because you could get up high in the stadium seats to avoid flooding and things like that. They did say that in the movie.
I don't know why they'd say that though, because you're surrounded by cities with skyscrapers and everything. Like you just go into any building.
Yeah, but if a nice wave happens, it's gonna knock that building. If it's glass, it's not meant. Most buildings don't have a wibble wobble.
I guess that's true. Okay, so you didn't like that it was below sea level, and you also didn't like that.
So that wasn't the part that I genuinely didn't like, and it's not that I hated it. I just felt like it dragged a little bit after the fight scene where everything starts flooding, and you're just looking down at him, and he sees all the people in the water and the electrical box dangling.
Yeah,
and like instead of him just like throwing something at it to cut it. He jumps on an electric box and cuts it and then goes in the water. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? That's so dumb.
Just save the people down below.
But they were fine. They weren't drowning or anything like that.
So it's at this point in the movie that, so right before this happens, cut to me. Right before this happens, we see Batman beat the shit out of that one guy.
Yeah.
And they ask him, what, who are you? And what does he say?
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance. It's at this point in the movie, Batman realizes he can't just be vengeance. This is what everybody's referring to him as.
And then you hear that,
I
need a hero.
No, but he's realizing at this point that he has to not just be vengeance. He also has to be a
hero.
Not a hero, but he has to be like a people have to look to him for hope and stuff like that.
Superman.
He has not Superman, but you know what I mean. Kind of the same thing.
A symbol of hope.
Need to not just think to be scared of him, because now he has villains that are using his persona and what he is to do bad things. You have the Riddler saying, thank you for letting me figure out who I am. I'm not me without my mask, and I'm vengeance, just like you. We're one of the same, and that's when Batman, I feel like, in that exact scene realizes, oh shit.
Yeah, that's why
I've been doing this wrong. So you get this whole drawn out scene that, yes, was a little long. Not really, though. It was only like 90 something seconds. I went back and looked at it. Totally did.
There's no way.
But it really was, though.
No.
You guys are just complaining about it. But
no.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about the scene
when he jumps down, goes and saves the people, walks them away.
And then up into the point where the kid is being airlifted.
Oh,
like
okay,
that
yeah.
whole, because it was almost like that scene smoothed into another one.
Him realizing he can't be vengeance.
I know.
He also has to be hope for these people. So he goes down below. He's literally, and the whole cinematography of it was perfect too. Literally guiding them to the light.
You can't argue with my opinionated dislike.
I understand your opinion, but what I'm saying is you're wrong.
No, I'm not
because
wrong.
You're the second person that said this, and I feel like he influenced you.
No. I pondered it.
No, okay.
I didn't say I disliked it. I said the scene was drawn out. A little too long. Okay, and you're entitled to your own opinion.
Okay, you're right.
You want me to start off every podcast with the dead babies?
That's your opinion.
Yes, and I'm entitled to it.
I feel like it was drawn out just enough because
I understand that this was the point of where Bruce is like, I can't do this. I can't just be this. I need to be here for these people, and I need to help.
Exactly.
He's like, I can fight crime,
but I'm saving these people, helping them above, and everything else. Was it drawn out?
Just a little bit. Not too much.
But also with it, we got this awesome monologue from him again.
I understand.
Which was cool and needed.
You're just stopping me from
close out the movie.
I didn't actually get to point out my dislike because you just hopped into it.
No, because I knew you were going to say that as soon as you started.
Okay, that doesn't even matter. You let me you let me tell my dislike.
Is that your only thing you disliked about it?
No.
Okay, what else did you
Horrible
dislike?
Casting. Robert Pattinson was a terrible Batman.
You're lying.
No. You know who would have been better?
Who?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck would have been a really good Batman.
No, not really.
We'll see him in The Flash.
Yeah.
The Flash movie. It'll be the last time we see him as Batman. I always liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
But
I'm a big fan of Robert Pattinson as Batman now as well.
I don't think there was something, but I can't remember it for some reason. I'm drawing a blank.
Do you want me to just get it in mind, and if you think about it, you can bring it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What I disliked about this movie, like I said, his nose, his cowl, the
Let
mask.
me just point out something. He was born that way. There's nothing you can do about a nose. Aesthetically.
It's not even the fact that it's flat. You literally have the mask, and then you have the stitching that goes over. Like, it's like he made the rest of the mask and then put the nose on next.
I feel like
I just didn't really, like I said.
You know how some of them have like just the over the eyes sort of thing?
Yeah.
I bet that's what he started out with. And then he made a mask around that, just like a helmet without the ears. And then was like, I'm a bat. Put the bat ears on.
I'm excited for what the next movie's going to bring. I'm sure he'll have a different suit. But it's not that I didn't really absolutely fucking hate the mask and everything. It's just that it didn't, to me, go along with the rest of it. The rest of it looks so tactical, looks so real, looks so, like I said, utilitarian and everything like that.
Really
and then you
did.
have this mask that just looks like it's leather stitched together. And I just didn't, I liked how it showed emotion. It's kind of got his eyebrows, kind of like he's pissed and everything like that. And like I said, they did a good job of the angles they shot him at and everything, that it still looked good. He still looked intimidating. If he were to walk into a nightclub and you see him just walking, you'd be like, oh shit, something's about to go down.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, me personally, out of all the bat suits I've seen, it looked like the one from Gotham by Gaslight. For those of you I probably don't know what that is, it's a Batman that happened a long time ago, like Jack the Ripper time frame. And his mask looked exactly like that. He even had a collar. Just like Robert Pattinson's Batman,
popped
too.
Up collar.
So, It reminded me of that, and that's what I'm saying. That doesn't really go along with the rest of the outfit, but that's just me. And also, what I didn't like was the squirrel suit that he used.
That's what it was.
I wanted to see, and I thought it was funny how he fucking pulls a parachute and eats shit and everything.
Yeah.
I like that, you know. And I'm not saying I didn't like the scene. I liked how he got up to the top, and even he looked over the edge and was like, "Whoa!" Like you see him visually like frightened at the height that he is and everything. But then he pulls out this like squirrel suit thing that he has on underneath, and he opens it up and then just jumps off and glides down. I wanted to see like, let me he has like a different version of his cape or something. You know what I'm saying? Like the Batman we see that glides with his cape. I wanted to see that. But I'm sure he'll get to that.
I'm sure that was like the OG version. Still, like, got to start off somewhere. Guys, paraglider, not for me.
In the original one, yeah, he had a paraglider. That was the original thing.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like he is adapting.
But yeah, this is a more modernized way of doing that. And I get it.
I think it was so
it's
funny.
Not that I really hate it. It's just like, I just wish he would have had a cape.
Because it was like an inflatable. He like pulled it and then inflated and then.
Oh yeah, it was like that's what I saw, like some behind some like artwork of the bat suit and everything like that, some stills, and I guess behind his cape he has the straps that he's able to put on, and then it kind of goes over, and then he loses the cape whenever he's using it. But yeah, I like I said, I love the scene. I thought it was cool. I liked that he ate shit and everything like that.
He was like, oh, fuck, I'm not invincible.
Yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, I just didn't really like the squirrel suit aspect. I wish he would have just opened his cape and kind of like shittily glided through and then maybe ran into something. But I get it. It's not, I didn't necessarily hate it. It's just.
Did it drag on too long for you?
No, I didn't drag on too. It took him so long to fucking zip up his coat and everything.
Dude, I was panicked because it's like any of the police officers could have just grabbed his ankle and just made him eat shit.
Probably, yeah. Or
and,
just, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
Suits are not.
Because, like, the squirrel scene, because he flies off of, like, Gotham PD. That's what I'm going to call it. Cause,
it was the GCPD, yeah.
Yeah. So he fucking flies off there and he's like, oh, in between a bus and a bridge, I can make this. And I don't know if he clipped his head on the fucking thing with his helmet on.
The parachute caught it, yeah.
And he just fucking flips off and lands on the sidewalk and just like
eats absolute shit. Like he's at his
yeah,
kind of thing.
But I was just like, how is this man not dead?
The Batman.
That's true. And
it's
like
cool. Something else I didn't like about this guy. I loved how they did Gotham. I already talked about that.
You're gonna talk about the adrenaline shot?
Get the police blimps. I love when I see a Gotham with police blimps. That's so OG Batman.
Are you going to talk about the...
Tim Burton, we'll get into that. Tim Burton had like the police blimps and everything like that. And that's something I always like whenever I see Gotham is the fucking police blimps and everything. We didn't get those, but that's okay. I mean, maybe in the next one.
Maybe we'll get a Hindenburg next time.
Maybe. I don't know.
Lindenberg? No, that's
like I
said,
it's not that I really hated that. I was kind of like, dang it, missed opportunity. I like the police blimps. Okay, now I'm going to get into the ending and what happens.
So, what ending are you referring to?
Well, first I want to get into the shot that he took. This was kind of a question that rose in the movie that really didn't have an answer or anything leading up to it. It was very random and then just kind of brushed aside. At the end of the movie, we see Batman just took a shotgun shot to the chest, and he is pretty much incapacitated, like barely hanging on to stay awake and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And in this scene, we see Catwoman come to his aid, pull him up on the rafters. I don't know how she pulled him up. She's so tiny, and he probably, he doesn't weigh that much, but I mean, he's still bigger than her. But anyways, she pulls him up on the rafters, and when she has him up there, he's, like I said, she's telling him, it's okay, it's over, blah, 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 blah. At this point in time, there's one last Riddler goon kind of dude that takes her. She's about to die. Batman, in order to gain the strength to save her, he pulls out a shot of something. Now, we don't know what it is. We know it's green, and that's pretty much it. When he puts it in him, he immediately gets up and just like a bat out of hell beats the shit out of this guy. Just like infinite rage starts beating the shit out of this guy, and it takes Gordon to be like, hey, man, stop. And then he snaps out of it. And that was that. That's all we really saw of that. It didn't talk about what it was. Most people can assume it was like an adrenaline shot or something like that, which I understand why you'd say that. That's kind of what it was. me personally, I think that it could have been, and I'm gonna butcher the name of what it's called. Um, what is it? Miraclo. Anyways, in
I
the
don't know.
comics, it's what Bane uses to make Venom. Now, it could have just been straight up Venom, but if he had Venom, then it would have meant that somewhere in his 2 years already as Batman, he's already run into Bane, which I don't think has happened yet. But I just thought it was weird that he does take a shot of something that's green, just like what Bane takes a shot of. Gives him energy, rage, strength, and I mean, all within an instant. I just thought it was kind of, kind of very subtle, but not so subtle that this could be Venom, which, like I said, is what Bane uses for his powers and everything like that. Now, if
You
it is,
think you can stop the darkness, but you can't.
it could be, it could not be. It may have just been a shot of adrenaline.
It definitely looked like adrenaline.
It did. Well, it was green is the only thing that threw me off, you know?
I think maybe even.
And like I said, it very well could have been, but just the green factor is what threw me off.
What color is Scarecrow's toxin? Is it green?
It's never really like a color. It's
that's
most
what
of
I
the
was.
time just a smoke you see, or
I
like
was
a
thinking
fog or
maybe
something.
like it was Scarecrow's toxin that he uses to amplify his adrenaline and dopamine levels because he's Batman.
Maybe, but that's what just the rage he got and the energy and everything he got from it. It just made me think it was more like the Venom thing. But like I said, it may not. It may have just been a shot of adrenaline. Maybe that's why they didn't go into any detail or anything else. But also, I know throughout this movie they were doing a lot of story building for what's to come and stuff like that. So I could see that flying under the radar for a lot of people would actually being a pretty big, unanswered question for the future that sooner or later will come up again. But I don't know. I also know that there's some like interactive thing you can go to on a computer of the Batcave and everything.
Oh, different thing.
And in this Batcave, you can actually look around at the Batmobile he has from the movie and everything like that. But there is a part of it. I haven't done this myself. I just read about it. That shows his like chemistry table and all this stuff, because that was something when Bruce, like I said, read from that one thing. When Bruce was in school, he learned about chemistry to the point where he was just running around Gotham picking up random shit,
Yeah.
bringing it back to the cave and kind of learning where it came from, what it is, and stuff. It's fucking bubblegum, I think, is the first thing he finds in the thing. But just trying to hone in on those skills of like, I need to be able to see stuff, know where it came from, what it's made out of, all the in and outs of pretty much everything. But in that interactive thing, there's a thing where you go to his chemistry table, and there is a green vial of something, some sort of substance, but I don't think it goes into detail what it is. I think it's just there.
Mm-hmm.
But it would kind of explain the shot, but once again, it doesn't like say what it is. And if I had to guess, like I said, I would think it's Venom, but I don't know. They may bring this in as, like I said, it may be
could be Riddler's neurotoxin, or
What?
I'm sorry, Scarecrow's neurotoxin.
Could be, yeah. Like I said, it may be like I said, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Miraclo, Miraclo. I don't know.
Miraglow. Miraclo.
Like I said, that's one of the main ingredients in
Miraclo.
Bane's venom. So it may be that. I don't know. That's what I think. I think because if they're sticking to kind of these comics that they're going after, like the year 2 Batman, or I'm sorry, year 1 Batman, I feel like a lot of people said it drew a lot of its inspiration from like the Long Halloween and Batman Year 1 and everything. I think it drew a lot of inspiration from Batman Earth 1.
I
Pulled
can
a
tell
lot
you
of things from it, but
there's like 10 different comic books.
yeah, there was a lot, but I didn't I saw like Major 3, and I'll admit, yeah, it drew a lot of inspiration from Long Halloween. I've read both of those, and it's very similar, but yeah, like I said, there was a lot of aspects too, especially the whole Alfred thing. That's like straight out of Batman Earth 1. But regardless, if Bane was to pop up in this series, it would probably be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because pretty early on, not like early on, but pretty early on in his career, he starts running into Bane. And pretty early on in his career, Bane breaks his back. Now, at this point, he's already got Robin and everything. So I'm hoping by the next movie we get a Robin. I think that would be sick. I want to see a fucking Kid Robin live action in the movies. Give it to me, please. Please. I want to see that kid from Umbrella Academy, the one that teleports. I don't know his real name.
He's number one.
He would be perfect for Robin. That's just my opinion, but he would be awesome. Anyways, okay. Now we'll get into the kind of not after the credit scene, the before the credit scene, but
we can get into the after credit scene after because I figured out his riddles.
Oh, you went on the website and did all that stuff?
Yeah, let me tell you, that was a nightmare. And then I got help from Reddit, and then some dude from
Google it.
No. So I did the Ratala.
Yeah, the
.com.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. Let's go over this because I don't know who that guy was.
Oh, you know who it was?
Was that the Joker?
That was the Joker.
That was the Joker.
So we see
Jared Leto looked weird then.
It's not Jared Leto. Actually, do you not know who it is?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna bring it up because you're gonna laugh.
Because you didn't say his name.
I said his name. I just didn't show you a picture of who it was. It's Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan.
Keogham. Well, you probably remember him from a movie we just did the other day, The Eternals.
I fucking hate that guy.
I'm wondering how this is going to go. I mean, I'll give it a chance. I also said a lot of bad things about Robert Pattinson, and then I ate my words from that. So
I really hope that version of Joker dies.
To see what happens. But anyways, regardless, we see a scene where Riddler is in prison. Now, this is Blackgate prison.
Not Arkham.
Not Arkham. They do have an Arkham hospital.
But
Arkham,
not
Arkham Asylum
has not been built.
Exactly. That happens after Blackgate and everything. But regardless, while he's in his prison cell, because he's fucking insane, he's talking to himself, banging on the walls and everything else, you hear this prisoner in the thing next to him. It's like laughing, and he's like, but you did so good, and blah, blah, blah. And then you hear him say that iconic line, too, that, like, riddle me this. He asked him a question. I can't remember what it was. But all we see is...
Because he was like...
We see his hair. We see his nose. We see his chin.
And you see his cheeks.
You see his cheeks, but you don't actually know who it is. But from the end, the way he laughs, you can automatically assume, well, that's the Joker. Because you got to put the Joker in there somewhere. But I'm really hoping he's not the main character for the next... Or the main villain for the next movie.
What I hope is the next... Batman starts out with like a good burp. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping it starts with the Penguin, but then leads into somebody else.
I'm hoping like it's like the Penguin and like Bruce Wayne and Alfred. They're all at a carnival or something like that, and they watch trapeze accident where a man and a woman fall to their deaths.
That would be cool.
You get the kid, and they're
the
like,
Haley Circus comes to town. And
you get the kid, and you're like,
the Flying Graysons go out there and
then you're
stuff,
like,
and then,
Dick, I'm gonna raise you.
Yeah, you'll be my ward, is what he originally.
And then you get the Robin.
That would be cool, and I would definitely dig that. That's what I want for the story. But what I'm talking about is like the villain. I don't want the villain of the next movie to be Joker yet.
Here's the thing. I don't want it to be like fucking Spider-Man 3 when you get 3 villains.
Yeah, I don't want
movie.
that either. Well, I wouldn't mind that the villains team up. There was a comic book series. I think it was I don't know if it was Rebirth or the New 52. It was a war on Gotham that the Riddler and the Joker were having. Both like every supervillain of like Batman's Rogues Gallery kind of picked a side. Half of them was Riddler, half of them were with the Joker, and that was a really cool storyline, and it'd be kind of cool if they did something like that. But what I'm saying is if they teamed up and you got the Joker who's now got this mind of the Riddler, but then has like the kind of like expertise of the Joker. I don't know, together they'd be a really fucking hard ass villains to go up against and stuff like that. But I just don't want him in the movies yet. It's not that I don't want him in the movies. It's just that we've seen so many iterations of the Joker by now. Even from the Joker movie, we've seen Jared Leto. We've seen freaking just so many so far. I want to see new characters get brought to the big screen that maybe we haven't seen before, or maybe we've seen that didn't really have a whole lot of time on screen. I want to see something new. That's what I want. That's just me.
I just want to see Poison Ivy on screen. Like,
I would love to see a Poison Ivy that isn't Uma Thurman too, but that's what I'm saying. I would love to see these characters,
yeah,
and
no, I
even if
agree.
they're just kind of like small snidbits,
Yeah, no,
that
I'm
are
okay.
in the movie and everything else. I'm fine with that, but I just don't want the Joker to be the main villain of the next movie.
No, I
Not
agree.
yet.
I
Not
would
yet,
like it to
anyways.
be almost as if like Bane is a small part, and
Mm-hmm.
then followed by like all of the psych ward escaping Blackgate, and
Yeah.
it's like Batman hunting them down, and there's just little bits.
That would be kind of cool.
And then they're
You're
like,
talking like the Batman Origins, Arkham Origins storyline.
exactly,
Yeah, that would be kind of
because
cool.
then
But
they
yeah.
would start building up Arkham to put these criminally insane people into.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there's ways they could do it, definitely, and I'm definitely anxious to see how
So
that goes. I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe now that he knows all this knowledge of his mother's past and
knowledge,
everything like that,
yeah,
and I feel like by the next movie he's really going to lean into the Bruce Wayne aspect of his life, just, having just as an importance as being Batman and everything. I feel like maybe he'll open with his money and, charitable donations, open an Arkham Asylum, somewhere that he knows he can throw these insane mass criminals in. That's going to be, lock them up for good. But then, of course, they're always going to get out. But regardless,
yeah.
I feel like, yeah, maybe that'll be how that comes to be. I heard that Matt Reeves said, I think you spoke about this too, that there is a deleted scene that he filmed that
Where
has the Batman and the Joker
talking,
having a conversation, like
yeah.
interrogate. I don't remember if he said interrogation style or like what's going on. So I'm hoping when we finally get this movie on Blu-ray, DVD, whatever, I'm fucking buying it, obviously.
Yeah, actually, it'll
And
come to HBO Max in like 45 days.
that'll be, well, I mean, we won't get any deleted scenes though on that.
True,
But
that's why I'm gonna buy the.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy it. I'm hoping I get to see a deleted scene of that, just to kind of figure out whatever. But it is kind of cool, the whole Joker thing, letting us know that the Riddler's not the first maniac he's caught so far in his 2 years of doing what he's doing. So who knows who else he's already ran into, and we just don't know.
Yeah, true.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. They could have been on the other side of the prison or whatever, and we just didn't see him or anything. But yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, what were you gonna get into though? You were talking about the after the credit. Well,
So I tried to figure out what
mid-credits
the
or whatever,
after the
yeah.
credit scene was,
Yeah,
and basically it was just like I figured out.
I read about it. Yeah.
I figured out because it was like, are you still watching? And then like it cuts to the ratalada.com, and the night of the movie after I got home, which was like 2 a.m. I'm like going to the website.
That's why I didn't stay till the end of the movie. Like I had to rush home. My wife works nights, so we had to get home so we could get
So,
our child and she could go to work. But yeah.
basically you go to the website and it asks you 3 questions, and it does it like almost like the Matrix-esque sort of way.
Yeah, with like the,
And it
I don't know what
asks
you're talking about.
something you're not great with. I got some riddles. I am first a fraud or a trick, or perhaps a blend of the two. That's up to your misinterpretation. The answer is confusion.
Okay. I'm
Um,
confused already.
fear he who hides behind one mask. Fear he who hides behind one. The answer is a mask. And then it's what was new is new again, rebirth, restoration. The answer was renewal. Right?
Okay.
So it takes you to you get this like zip folder that you can download to your computer that is password protected.
Oh.
So you download that, and it asks for the password, and the password was like promise, I think is what it was. I have it on my computer, but it's promise, and then
Okay.
it shows Thomas Wayne's campaign speech. And I'm reading this because I don't have it pulled up to show you. Basically, it has the Riddler voicing over his campaign speech, and then it cuts to like this really good reference of one of the Batman's comic villains, Hush.
Hush, yeah.
So it has a
In
picture.
I think his name's Thomas Elliot. But yeah, it talked about. Well, it didn't talk about him, but it made a lot of references to him in a way.
He's probably going to be like one
I
of the
would
next
love
villains.
to see him in the next one. That would be so badass.
Next picture.
Anyways, go ahead.
No. You cannot get distracted. We're like
No. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's a picture of Thomas Wayne, and it says "hush" over it with a big exclamation mark,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's it. Next day, I tried to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work. You have to do the riddles. It refreshes it, and then you get this really weird algorithm, which, thanks to some people on Reddit, I got some help with.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, after a little while, it just starts giving you these weird numbers that look like not URLs. They look like IP addresses. Okay.
Okay.
And the first one was 2705-1939, which was
1939 was the year the first Batman comic came out.
Which was May 1939,
Yeah,
Detective Comics issue number 27,
Yeah.
the introduction of Batman and Gordon.
Hmm.
The next line was 0103-1940, which was the introduction of
Riddler.
Catwoman and the Joker in the spring of 1940.
Gotcha. Okay.
Next one, 5812-1941. Same thing, Detective Comics number 58, December 1941, introduction of the Penguin.
That's so cool they did all that though.
140-10-1940,
Mm-hmm.
which was Detective Comics number 140, released October 1948, the introduction of the Riddler. And then you've got 405-03-1987, Batman issue number 405, which was released March 1987, the introduction of Falcone.
Okay.
And then 1604-1943, Batman issue number 16, April 1943, the introduction of Alfred. And then here's the best one.
That's what I was gonna say. Where does this keep going? Because you pretty much run through everybody. But go ahead.
0304-2022.
What is it? 2022?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I misread one.
I was gonna say that's like new.
That's this year, which
Yeah.
was 258-10-19-74, which was Batman issue number 16, April 1943. I'm sorry.
74.
No. Yeah, 74. Batman issue 258, October 1974. Two-Face sprung from Arkham.
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
That would make a lot of sense with some of the cinematography shots and stuff like that. Because, well, first of all, too, it talks about how.
One more thing.
Go ahead. Sorry.
At the very end of it, there's another riddle that says, "You think I'm finished, but perhaps you don't know the full truth. Every ending is a new beginning. Something is coming."
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to go back to the website today, but there's nothing new.
Different. There was a lot of shots throughout the movie that had like a half and half, even when it showed like Edward's like apartment. Like half of it was clean, half of it was dirty and stuff like that. I don't know. And then
I think what we're getting next Batman
mm-hmm.
is going to be the Joker and Two-Face and the Riddler. Because it's probably going to show Two-Face as the politician trying to go on and do his little campaigning.
Yeah, is this maybe the
and
new,
then he's gonna try and buddy Bruce Wayne. This happens, he becomes Two-Face, and this is probably all gonna happen in like the first 20 minutes of the movie. And then Two-Face tries to spring out the Riddler and the Joker from Blackgate or Arkham. Maybe they transferred over to Arkham. Maybe his campaign speech is about building a place just for the criminally insane.
Maybe that's how he's trying to get an office and everything.
And
that
then
would make
they
sense.
create the Arkham Asylum
mm-hmm.
in a couple of weeks. They put all the criminals in there. He becomes Two-Face, breaks him out. That's the end of the movie.
Sal Maroni was the one that threw the chemicals in his face, and it talked about him throughout this movie too. No, that would make sense that he would be the next one. I'd be down for that. Like I said,
so we're probably going to get...
We've seen him before in movies, but...
Probably going to get Hush and Two-Face. That's probably going to be the next two villains.
Maybe. It'd be super cool to see
I mean, I
Hush.
definitely know Two-Face will be.
Two-Face would be legitness. I'd be down for that. for sure. Hush would be cool too. I don't know how they tie those two together, but
who cares?
it is what it is. Well, just Hush is kind of he's more like hellbent on Batman or Bruce Wayne. Sorry, Bruce Wayne. He hates the Waynes and everything else.
Maybe because it's more based off of Bruce Wayne being, making his appearances, he's being nice with the politician Harvey Dent.
Maybe he's getting
helping
pissed about it and
helping
everything.
with campaigns.
Maybe.
And, he's just pissing off Hush.
You want to talk about an insane person? Hush is insane. That dude is fucking. He's a psychopath. He's crazy.
That's how I feel about Moon Knight.
Murdered his own parents, like psychopath dude. But anyways, okay.
What would you rate this movie, Garrett?
I'm gonna give this movie 5 out of 5 Batbeards. I mean, I'd give it 10. I'd give it 20. I'd give it. It's getting a max score from me because, like I said, I ate my words. I thought this movie was gonna be okay, or I thought it was gonna be really good, or it was gonna be terrible. There's no way it could be okay. It was awesome.
It was.
I absolutely loved it. I was very skeptical about Robert Pattinson being Batman, and I just don't have enough good words to say about how good this movie was.
It's not what he does that defies him.
Not only so cool getting the movie theater experience with all the sounds. And
that was your first time at a movie theater in like, what, 2.5 years?
No, we've went to the movie theater since then. But regardless, it's been, anyways, it's been...
1 week since you looked at me.
It was just an awesome experience. It was an awesome movie. I know it was 3 hours long. I know that's long for people, but let me just tell you,
worth it.
Tyler thought it was too long, but
no, I really had to pee by the end of it.
I did too. I had to pee within the first 30 minutes, and I went pee twice before this movie. I really need to go get my prostate checked or something. But regardless, I just like I said, I don't have enough good things to say about how good this movie is.
I agree.
Like, it was so much better than I could have imagined it would be. The story, the plot, the subplots, just everything, the way it was shot, the score, every single thing you heard, all the music, just awesome. The characters, awesome. Like, just, they just would have made his nose pointy. I would have loved it even more, but we'll wait for the next movie for that. Flat nose. Anyways, Tyler, what would you rate this?
5 out of 5.
Same, yeah. I mean,
no issues besides maybe a 90-second scene that could have been, 45 seconds. Just cut it in half a little bit. Speed run it. But I understand I understand the slow-mo kind of thing of where Bruce Wayne decides that he is not vengeance.
Has to be a symbol of hope.
But not a symbol of hope, because that just makes it seem like Superman. He has to be...
Okay. Just because one movie did that doesn't mean... Yeah.
That's literally his thing.
All heroes are a symbol of hope.
No.
That's every... I mean, that is one of his things,
What is Spider-Man? He's not a symbol of hope. He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I mean, he's also a symbol of hope.
No, he's not.
When you're in trouble, you can hope that Spider-Man's going to save you.
If I'm in New York and I'm in trouble, I'm like, well, I'm going to either get raped or stabbed. It's going to be one of the two. Not, Spider-Man's coming.
But you're not like going to be in a situation where you're like, gosh, well, at least when I die, Batman will avenge me. You can be like, maybe Batman will save me.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
you know
Batman. Yeah, cool. Superman's probably like, there's a plane crashing. I've got to go handle this.
I gotta go do this real quick.
And Aquaman's just like, you're landlocked.
Fucking
I can't.
Fish.
Did you see that?
I saw it. Yes, I didn't watch the whole series, but I've seen.
I was gonna send that to you. I was like, I wonder if that'll spoil it for him.
About it. I don't know why Batman wasn't. That was weird though.
He was in there.
He was not. It only had Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and trust me, I've watched it.
I watched it.
I know, I did too.
He was
there. I even saw these online theories about why he wasn't there. But anyways, regardless,
he is the knight.
Regardless.
Anyways, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Guys.
Love this movie. Would highly recommend it.
Recommend it out the wazoo.
Especially if you love detective movies and not superhero movies. Great movie.
If you like the movie Seven, you'd like this movie. I heard this movie took a lot of inspiration from that movie.
This movie took inspiration from everything, and I loved it.
So many things, and it did such a good job.
With that being said, for Beard and a Half Movie Reviews, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Garrett. Be sure you go like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social medias. We appreciate it. Leave it in the comment section below what you thought about this movie as well. All that good stuff that people say. Thank you very much.